weekend without some brews. So my bud Ren Navarro and I headed over to one of our favorite spots in the city. Nothing better than Suds and Buds. Hey Ren!
Hey Mary.
How's it going?
It's so good.
I'm so excited.
Great to see you.
Okay, what are we doing today?
Okay, so obviously we're gonna taste some beer because that's what we do. We're doing it at Say What because it's my jam.
Nice.
I've been drinking here longer than I want to admit to. Did my wedding photos here. Like this is it's got a big part of my heart.
I love that.
So we're gonna taste some beer, but the balls are gonna decide for us. It's gonna be a great game of pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain all the rules too. We're gonna play 3 rounds of pool. The round ends when both of us sink at least 1 ball each. Every ball on the table represents a different beer. When you sink a ball, the other person has to drink the correlating beer. We'll play until all balls are gone, but with a twist. The winning 8 ball represents a final special secret beer only the victor can try. So your first beer is an ESB, so
Okay.
it is an extra special bitter. It's really smooth. It
Okay.
gives you like a really nice malty characteristic.
Ooh, okay.
Have a sip.
You know what's nice about that? Smooth, still making me drool.
Yep, it's perfect.
Delish. Okay, I love this one.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
So I have Greenwood IPA from Left Field.
Nice.
Which is Toronto.
Yeah.
It's one of my personal favorites. It's got a nice pith to it, but it has a slight sweetness at the end. This has some tropical notes in it. Coats nicely, not too drying.
Yeah.
So when you had that ESB,
Yeah.
you know, that bitterness bit
Yeah.
where you still find it's juicy, this is what it does.
Ooh. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Shall we keep playing so
Oh, yeah.
I could turn this thing around? Let's do this thing. And it was a no for Berg.
So this is Side Launch Mountain Lager. So nice, crisp, classic, very clean lager. Again, when we were talking about the cider, that like crispness to it, same kind of thing. Slight sweetness,
Nice.
a little bit of drying, which for lagers you want.
I like this. This is what I call, and I mean this not in a pejorative way, dad beer.
Yeah, you want a dad beer.
Yeah. In
You
the
don't have
fridge
to
in the
think about it.
garage,
Yep.
and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna see if I can sink a couple more because I'm excited to see what else is on deck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this thing. Now we're cooking with gas.
So 8 ball becomes really important. If you sink that, I got special beer with your name on it.
Okay, no pressure, no pressure.
Yeah, you can do it. I had to go fancy for you.
I'm excited.
So Tobetsu, it is a Trappist-inspired Belgian beer from Godspeed Brewery. There's brown sugar notes to it. You'll put some brown sugar in it. Honestly, it's a warm hug. Just gives you so much. This is one of those beers that I would probably end a meal with.
Nice.
When you're like, oh, let's go and hang out and like be comfortable. This is that beer.
That is a treat.
Yeah.
When I breathe in, I taste more.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's a lot of the esters of it, right?
Yeah.
So you'll end up getting these different flavors, these different smells.
Yeah.
I find that as that warms up, you'll get a lot more complexity to it. What you get now from 20 minutes later will be very different.
Well, this is absolutely delicious. Ren is back with some Canadian beers and ciders for us to try this long weekend. Hey, Ren!
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna tell you, honestly, I'm still feeling pretty proud about my pool skills.
I don't want to talk about
Okay, cool, love it, love it. All right, so what are we starting with today? Because you're gonna give us what we can drink over the long weekend.
I mean, long weekends are about chilling with your friends and having some really good tasty things. So let's do some good tasty things.
I love that.
So we've got Hop Valley Bubble Stash. It's an IPA.
Bubble stash.
Yeah. I know. I love names.
Yeah, I do too.
I love like really fun names.
I also love that sound.
I know.
Yeah.
The sound of it. So IPAs, are going to get a little bit more of that citrusy note. This one's got some more of the tropical notes. And it's got that resin. So when people hear resin, like if you're a violin nerd like I was as a little kid, right? Resin in the yes,
nice.
We've got a band.
We're very cool.
But so and if you're baseball, resin. So it's got that like kind of tarry, piney note to it.
Yeah, it's almost like a Christmas tree.
Yes.
A little.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Christmas tree. So you'll get some tropical notes. Right? You can smell the tropic, right? It just hits you in the face. It's fresh, it's clean.
Sweet, but not...
It's a little sweet, but that resin at the end is gonna like
cut through.
chill it out.
Okay, shall we? Let's go.
Cheers.
Okay. Ooh. You know what? Right off the top, you're like, ooh, ooh, and then it's like, ooh, at the end.
Yep.
That resin just sneaks in
there's-
underneath.
And when we do that first, it's a little bit of like pink grapefruit, a little bit of mango.
It just switched to mango for me too.
Yeah, so there's, and when people talk about IPAs, we're like, oh, well, it's just gonna be, pine tree moments. And it's like, no, this has like an extra level. So, you go to your friend's cottage already.
We gotta have
like
some food
chilling,
pairings,
right? So what I'm suggesting is let's go a little fancy with our snacks.
Okay.
So crostini with some blue cheese, pear, we'll do a little drizzle or whatever on top.
Yeah.
Have a bite of that and then go back to your drink.
Okay, you're twisting my arm, my
I know,
friend.
right?
Okay, let's do a little bite.
Eat
Let's do a little
something.
taste. Well, crunchy
Right.
cookie,
Yeah.
a little bit of beer.
Yeah.
Oh, today's a good day. Ooh, that's delicious. That is nice. Now, in addition to this delicious little food pairing, you also say that this can make a decent cocktail.
Yes.
Okay, what are we doing?
Because you can always turn a beer into a cocktail.
So this is something I feel like you are blowing people's minds right now.
Yeah, because everyone's like, beer is beer.
Yeah.
No, beer can be fancy. It can be fun. It can do things. So a Paloma, right? So you have some of those citrusy notes in there. What I'm going to do is take some of this. They say 6 ounces. Let's pretend that's 6 ounces.
I was gonna say, I like the way you measure.
Right? Yeah,
Ren.
totally. Right? My measuring abilities are so good. A little bit of tequila.
Okay.
A little bit or a lot. I mean, it's up to you.
Potato.
Potato. Little bit of fresh lemon, right? Because you
Beautiful.
want to tell your friends you love them.
Yeah.
And a little wedge.
A little wedge of grapefruit.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna like highlight everything
Yep.
so beautifully. All right, shall we? I'm gonna give it a little
Shall we?
swirl
Yeah,
so it's
little
not
swirl,
just tequila on the
little
top.
swirl.
All right,
Bam.
let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
Right?
Excuse me.
And the thing is, it's like the beer doesn't become beer.
No.
It becomes a portion of that cocktail.
Yes.
Right? So this is your mixer.
This is delicious, and you still get that little bit of resin, but it's a little citrusier.
Yeah.
Citrusy.
Citrusier.
There we got it.
Yes.
All right, now we are gonna. That's delicious.
It's
I'm
so
gonna
good.
finish
It's
that
dangerous,
later.
but it's
I know.
good. It's great.
Don't worry, there's fruit in it. So we're gonna move on to a non-alcoholic beer option, which I think is
Yes.
so key, especially when you're having buds over.
Yeah, so again, this isn't, you can offer it to your friends who are sober. You can say, I want a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have this in between. So this is Harmon's, and this is their Jack Pine.
I really like the branding on
branding
this.
is so much
Yeah,
fun.
it's really nice.
Okay, so their Jack Pine Pale Ale. The great thing about it, pours like a beer, looks like a beer, smells like a beer.
It does.
So when we were talking about kind of that resin that we got in the bubble stash, there was a bit more sweetness to it. This one has a little bit more of that
It's a bit more,
pine.
it's like piney smoky.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, let's give this one a go. Oh, you know what? That's a good like mowing the lawn beer.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it's, it's got a little bit of that sweetness still, but then it has that finish where you still get a little bit of the resin.
Yeah.
And like when you look at it, there's still, you still
texture
get
on
the
that.
bubble, you still get the textures, you still get the feel. So this is a really great moment that it's, again, for the sober curious, I just want to take a break, but I don't want to stop drinking something.
Yeah.
Right?
I
So
love that.
this is a great long weekend option. This is a great after work.
Anytime option.
This is like fantastic.
Is so good, and pair it up with some like spicy little pepper chips.
Yeah, so like that salt and pepper, it brings out a little bit more of that pine note to it. So they won't compete. It'll kind of build upon each other.
Nice.
So every time you have, a couple more chips, have a couple more sips,
Couple
and
more
it's gonna
chips
like do
and-
its little magic thing.
Okay, so
Chips and sips,
next segment
suds and
is
buds.
chips and sips. We're gonna do that. All right, now finally, real quick, we are moving into the world of cider. Now I've told you before,
Yes.
I decided one day that cider was gonna be my drink of the summer. We decided that one night. I decided the next morning that was not the case.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, so this will be your cider of the weekend.
Okay.
So this is from Revel, which is a fantastic rustic little place. They have made a cherry cider.
Okay.
I am a huge fan of cherry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, you know, cherry anything, I'm in.
Yeah.
So what they do though, everything is fresh and fully used. Like,
Oh, the color.
look at this color, right?
Oh my
Like,
gosh, beautiful.
You know, so it's all cherries, but they use all of the cherry.
Oh, nice.
So right down to the pit.
Okay, cool. So you're getting a little bit of funk.
You got a little bit of funk. Like, smell that. That's a cherry pie.
that does
right?
smell
And
like-
that is a tart cherry pie.
That's a tart cherry pie.
It's a tart cherry
And if you know
pie.
cherry pie, tart cherry pie is where it's at.
They're the best.
Yeah.
So the great thing about it is it's naturally occurring sugar. So you don't get that sweetness. So you won't have your week of cider that turned
Upset.
into a night
Yeah.
of cider. Like, this is one where you can continuously go back to.
Right on. Oh my gosh, let's give this one a go. Ren. Oh, I'm pairing that with some dark chocolate cookies.
Dark chocolate.
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.